Right at the top of your page, Math 5. And let's scroll down here and we're going to look at the first one. And we see that for 1 to 5, we're going to substitute A, B, and C with these up here. So, A is going to equal 8, B is going to equal 2, and C is going to equal 1/2. So A is 8, so we have an 8 right here, plus B, and B is 2, so 8 plus 2 equals what? That's your answer. Come down here, we're going to do the same thing. B is 2 plus C, and C is 1/2. Now, this can get tricky. So what I'm going to help you with this one. If you had $2, you would have 2, and then you had 1/2 of $1, you'd have 2 1/2. So for this, you don't have to bother doing any conversions. You can just put it all together. 2 of something plus 1/2 of it is going to be 2 1/2 of it. Okay, but I'm still not going to tell you what 8 plus 2 equals. So let's go down to number 3. Now we're going to do A times B. AB is the same as A, which is 8. Oh, that 8 didn't want to go in there. 8. And then we'll use parentheses for multiplication because it means the same thing. So we'll do it this way this time. You can do it all different ways, but we'll do it that way. 8 times 2 is equal to, and in case you're forgetting your multiplication, I will tell you that one's 16. So you can just write down for number 3, 8 times 2 equals 16. Now we are going to do C times A. So C is 1/2. 1/2 of what? 1/2 of A, and we said A was 8. So you could sit here and you could try to figure out your math, or you could put 1/2 is the same as 0.5, so you could put that in your calculator, or you could just do this. If you had 8 pieces of candy and you took half of them away, you would have 4. So just cut 8 in half and it'll be 4. That one's so easy you don't even actually have to pull out your calculator. So next we go to number 5, 4A. So we said A was 8. So you're going to do 4 times 8 is equal to what? What is 4 times 8? Think about your multiplication tables. While you do that, I just want to make sure that A was 8. Yep, A was 8. Okay. So let's see. Hopefully by now you have that answered. 4 times 8 is 48. So you can just put that in there. Now we're going to come down here and we're going to do 14. 14's on top, so it can go first. Divide sign 2 equals 14 divided by 2. If you had 14 pieces of candy and you cut them in half, you'd have 7 in each pile. Or you made it into 2 piles. You'd have 7. Now we're doing another one of these where you're going to figure out the pattern. 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 plus 2 is 4. 4 plus 8 is 8. 8 plus 8 is 16. 16 plus 16 is 32. 32 plus 32 is 64, if I did that right. So what we did for this pattern here is we just added, we just took our number and we added it together. 1 plus 1, 2. 2 plus 2, 4. 4 plus 4, 8. 8 plus 8, 16. 16 plus 16, 32. So those are a little tricky. It's like a math puzzle. You have to figure out the pattern. Now, coming up here, we are going to look at the sum of 8 and 7, and the sum is adding it together. So 8 plus 7 equals, if 8 plus 8 equals 16, then 8 plus 7 equals 15, guys. But I'm not telling you that, so figure it out yourself and write down that answer. The difference between 9 and 3. So the difference is you're going to take your 9 and you're going to minus 3. So that is what they were looking for there. What is 9 minus 3? You have $9 and you take 3 away. Now here's a PEMDAS, and you have to do the first part of the operation first, which is 3 times 3. So 3 times 3, we're going to come over here and we're going to say 3 times 3 is 9. And now we can come back here to the 10. And now we can do that part. Come back over here. It's taking a little longer than I want it. But, oh, it's a minus, not a plus. See, that's why it's always good to check. Okay. So 10 minus 3 times 3 would be the same as 10 minus 9. And if you have $10 and I take 9 of them away, what are you going to have left? Okay, so moving right along. Turn the page or go to another page and please write Math 6. Math 6, 4 times 4 is 16. 5 squared is 5 times 5 is equal to 25. Okay, so that didn't work out well. There we go. And then here we're going to do 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 2 equals 8. Okay, moving right along. Which number is in both A and B? So we look over here, and here is A and here is B, and we see that 11 is in both of them. Okay, now let's see what they want to ask us over here. 10 minus 5 times 2. 5 times 2 is 10. So what is 10 minus 10, guys? This here, 5 times 2 is 10. 10 minus 10 is the transfer. Okay, down here, 6 squared is 6 times 6. 6 times 6 equals what? Oh, that's not right. See, you almost let your teacher trick you. That's 6 plus 6, guys. Come on, we're seeing who's paying attention. 6 times 6 is 36. 1 times 1 times 1 times 1 times 1 is what? Oh, that's not lined up very well. There. Okay, 10 divided by 5. If you had 10, and you made 5 piles, 10 goes first, then your divide sign, then your 5 in your calculator. So then you would have what? Okay, good job. It says, write down the answer. It says circle, but you can just write the letter down. Write down the answer that is equal to this. 5 times 5 times 5 is the same as 5 times 3. No, that's not true, because 5 times 3 is 15. 5 times 5 is 25, times 5 more is 125. So it would have to be this one right here. And I can't circle it, so you just have to write that down, that letter. Okay, 3 plus 5. Really, I'm not even going to tell you 3 plus 5. Just write the answer down of what 3 plus 5 is. Take a picture of both lessons, send it to me. Congratulations, because you just did 2 math lessons at one time. Good job. Send it to me right away because grades are due. All right, grades are due today, so please make sure you snap that picture and send it to me. Thank you. Have a great weekend. Bye, guys.